Cancer was popping. I hope all is well with y'all. It's Libra season, so make sure you show some love to your favorite Libras. Say happy birthday to them. And Libra is in your chart as well, so make sure you pay attention to any aspects or direct planets in Libra. I don't think we got anything in Libra right now, do we? Wasn't Venus in Libra? I think Venus. I don't know. I think Venus is going to be in Libra. If it's not, it's about to be. I didn't look at the planets today, y'all. Sorry. But Cancer was popping with you. I hope all is well. Sending you guys love, happiness, peace, abundance, and prosperity in every area of your life. I hope you're doing all right. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you can't subscribe, just hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when I post. And make sure you check out um, all the other placements that interest you. This is going to be for the Cancer placement. It doesn't matter if you have Venus in Cancer, Mars in Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Cancer, okay, Mercury in Cancer. It don't matter. Whatever placement you have in Cancer, because what we're doing is we're looking at your personal private thoughts. We're going to be looking at your career, money, and finance. And we're going to be looking at your family life, love life, and social life. So that's covering basically every area of your chart that you could possibly have Cancer in, right? And some of the planetary alignments that you could have natally, as well as what could be transiting now through your chart in that area. So just take what resonates, y'all. Leave the rest. I've been clearing my throat since I started shuffling and praying over the cards, y'all. So I don't know, somebody don't want to tell me something, or somebody may be having an issue with their throat. Okay. All right. This is the last card I'm gonna put out, and then we're gonna see what's up. Well, this is the canvas anyway, right? This is just the beginning and what we're starting off with. So let me move these so you can see them. So this first column here, right? This one over here has to do with your family life, love life, and your private personal thoughts. Forgive me. This one's your private personal thoughts. This one is your career, money, and finance. And then this one over here is your family life, love life, and social life. I'm trying to get that in the camera so you can see it. All right, but I'm going to show you each card as we go through, and then we're going to clarify with a couple more decks, okay? So let's get into it, Cancer. All right, so let's talk about your personal private thoughts. All right, so we have the plane energy as the current situation. The challenge here is anger. A possible solution to that anger is to tap into the mercurial energy of, communication, okay? So we dealing with air, and we dealing with air here, right? And then we also dealing with fire. So when we look at fire and air, right? So you got a fire, air could put the fire out, or air could exacerbate the flames, right? Depending on what type of air is in the environment, right? So the air is the communication, depending on what is said, right? So it looks as though somebody could be in their head about something, because the flight talks to me about in your mind, in your head. Somebody could be traveling or considering traveling, but the thing is they may be angry because it could be that their flight is delayed with the communication energy here. So somebody could be pissed off because their flight is delayed, or they could have planned a trip of some sort, or maybe you plan a trip and things don't work out. Um, but let's get some clarity and see what could go on here. There could be issues with the reservations, okay? The flight, something on the flight. Maybe somebody says something to you on the flight. Maybe you're around people that, you don't see eye to eye with, okay? Maybe somebody doesn't communicate well. You could be around people who don't know how to communicate, and things could just get out of hand. Let's see what this is, Cancer. All right, so we have vow. So somebody promised, okay, something. So somebody's in their head about a promise or a vow or a commitment of some sort, okay? Maybe somebody is flying to a wedding, okay? Um, Maybe somebody promised somebody that they would come see them or fly with them, or they were promised a particular type of reservation, or I don't know. Somebody may have been told something by the flight attendant, like, sir, don't worry, I promise, or ma'am, don't worry, I promise, we got you. And then for whatever reason, things fall through and it doesn't work out. But let's see what this anger is about here. So we're talking about the environment. So we're talking about lake energy with the anger. Okay, so water and fire. So somebody needs to definitely put out that anger, is what I'm getting here. All right, so the challenge is somebody calming down. I feel like the lake is an energy of cooling down that anger energy, but let's see. Yeah, confine, limit, and lock. So yeah, somebody is trying to maintain their composure, maintain their anger, in reference to some type of promise or vow that somebody made to them about something, or maybe they vowed that they would watch their anger. Maybe somebody is trying to be better with their anger management. But the possible solution to keeping from being angry is to communicate. Maybe there's a misunderstanding. Maybe you don't have all the facts. Maybe there's more to it than what you know, or this don't have to be you, Cancer. It could be somebody approaching you in this way. Okay, let's get some clarity on this communication and see what this could be talking about here. How we could probably resolve this before it gets out of hand, because this is what this is trying to do. So yeah, here's the Two of Cup energy here. So there's two people who agree on something or who have the same mindset about a situation here. But we also have vow and the Two of Cups. So this could be about a relationship, okay? Or like I said, it could just be two people. If it's not a romantic relationship, it's two people who are on the same page. And Cancer, you deal with family, so this could be a family member, okay? Um, but let's get more clarity on this with this Two of Cups and this Mercury. There's something about communicating how you feel, what it is that you want, okay? Um, to avoid any type of anger or frustration or anything like that. But let's see what else comes out here with this. I want to get this deck. Tell me about this vow. Two of Pentacles. So we have wish, hope, worship, and the Two of Pentacles here. So we got two tools here. So this is somebody who could be, trying to do two things at once. Somebody's trying to maintain a promise to come see someone. And maybe they're having a problem doing that. Or maybe someone told someone, yeah, I'm going to come see you, or I'm going to come through, and maybe they didn't. And somebody could be upset, or maybe they can't. And the thing is if you promise somebody something and you can't do it, instead of letting things get heated and out of hand, the universe is saying that you should communicate. Okay, whether this is you or someone else. But let's get more on this lake energy, because the lake energy is all about confining and limiting the anger, or trying to limit the anger. All right, that's one too many cards. We just need one, just one. All right, let's see. So we have the Three of Cups. So we got the Three of Cups here is the challenge. So this is about a reunion. So somebody could be upset that they're not able to get to someone. It could be an event going on, a family event, just connecting with family, period, or maybe some friends. So somebody made a promise, or maybe there's some people who made a promise to one another that we're going to keep in contact, we're going to be around, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and somebody's having a problem doing it. Maybe their finances are not putting them in a position where they're able to do it. Okay, that could be the issue, or somebody doesn't have the time. Maybe they can't get the time to do it, or the time off to be able to travel, or maybe the timing of the flight is off, so you're not able to get to the event in time. The Three of Cups could be any type of event here. Okay, and somebody could be frustrated because they're not going to be able to make it to the event on time. They're not going to get there. Their flight's not going to land there on time. Maybe they can't afford the flight to get there in time. Maybe this is something that was found out about on short notice. Okay, but the goal is to communicate and let people know what's going on, so that people don't get angry, or maybe somebody, you're like, yo, all you had to do was let me know what was up, type of thing. Let's get clarity on that Two of Cup energy here. Yeah, we have the King of Pentacles. So it's like this could be about money. It could be about finances. It could just be somebody being solid and being real about their shit. It's like, yo, just let me know, just communicate. I'm gonna let you know what time it is. If something ain't right and I can't do what I gotta do, I'm gonna stand and I'm gonna let you know I can't do it. I'm a man of my word. I'm a woman of my word. I do what I say I'm gonna do. And so when it comes to this situation, so for whatever reason, maybe somebody is not able to commit. The King of Pentacles is also somebody who's married. Okay. Uh, So this three of cup energy could be like third party energy here. So, this flight energy, this could be somebody who's in their head. I was getting that from day one anyway. Somebody's in their head about, somebody could be married and they could be in their head about another person, whether it's you or your other person. And this anger in this environment and this three of cup, I don't know if your person finds out about some type of communication you're having with someone, and maybe your person is like, yo, what's going on with this communication, or what type of communication is this, why are you communicating with this person, you know um this could be somebody that maybe you lost contact with and now you're reconnecting with them. Okay, that could be the case. um but I just feel like there's an issue of anger here. I don't know what the anger and the hostility is about. Somebody's angry, okay, mad, furious, enraged, and they're trying to keep themselves cool about a reconnection. So maybe somebody wants to reconnect with someone, or somebody reconnected with someone and their partner is not happy about it. But there's something about somebody in a relationship or in marriage. Uh, but as we pull more cards, we might tap back into that, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But that's what's going on in your personal private thoughts. Maybe you're debating on getting married. Some of you could be debating on marrying someone. Um, but the thing is maybe this person, you're having a hard time communicating with them, or you're having a hard time expressing that, or someone maybe wanting to reconnect with you, and they're having a hard time expressing it. Maybe somebody, maybe you two went your separate ways or something, and one person is trying to come back around, but I don't see any action. The only fire energy is somebody feeling a certain way, feeling upset about it. I don't see anybody taking any action. But communication is key here, okay? Letting somebody know how you feel and being sincere and honest about it. And being, you know, like the King of Pentacles is an energy of somebody who know what they want, period. And that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna stand their ground. They're gonna, they're a solid individual. This could be someone who's married, who owns a business, but this is somebody who's responsible, who takes pride in what they do. This is somebody who keeps their word. This is somebody who's respectful, honest, and they straight up. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna bullshit you, right? So this is also about commitment too. I feel like somebody may want to commit. All right, but we'll see what comes up as we move on. Let's get to your career, money, and finance, Cancerian massive. So the current situation is the ocean. So more about flights and oceans and trips. The challenge is feeling grief here. I feel like this ocean is you and your emotions, okay, about your career, money, and finance. But the universe is saying, in order to resolve this grief here, you got to look at it's all about your thoughts. It's all about how you see things. This is what this mercurial energy is as well. It's all about communicating, all right, how you communicate, how you talk, keeping your word, being upfront, being real. Vows are about promises and keeping your word. But with the work environment here, you could be in your emotions about what's going on here. But the universe is saying, you got to look at things from a different perspective. So let's see what this could be about here. Let's get some more information on this. Tell me about this ocean energy. Yeah, we have idea. So maybe you got a whole bunch of ideas that you don't know what's what. You're trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know. Maybe somebody's looking online for things or trying to get some inspiration online. Okay. But the challenge here is grief. What do you got going on with this grief, Cancer? The grief energy is clarified with the nostalgia card. Okay, this is all about the past or reminiscing or the way things used to be. All right, and we have sticker earrings with grief. Let's see what that could be about. Okay, so sticker earrings talk about fear of commitment, hesitant, cautious. So maybe you have some ideas about what you want to do, but for whatever reason, you are not doing it. I don't know, maybe you need more information. But I do feel like it's not that you need more information, or maybe you do. It's more so of you changing your thought process about the situation. It could be a situation here that's stressing you out, making you frustrated, okay? Causing you grief and fear because you feel like you're stuck. Maybe that's what this water is. You may be feeling trapped and stuck, and you're trying to come up with ideas to get out of the situation you're in with your career, money, and finance, okay? So some of you, it could be about moving to a different neighborhood, okay? Because the third house and Mercury are here, so that's about your surroundings, your environment. It's also about your communication style, your neighborhood, okay? But let's get some clarity on this third house energy here about your perspective and how you see things. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles is like how you look at it, like when you focus on something, okay? Maybe I don't know if you're too focused on it, or maybe you should just strategize, because the Eight of Pentacles talks about strategizing. So instead of you being frustrated and angry and feeling like you're stuck and there's nowhere you can go, you may want to look at things from a different perspective and really figure out what it is that you want and how you want to go about doing something. It looks as though you just need a plan in place, is what I'm getting here. So I feel like you could be upset about something, and the only way for you to get out of your emotions about it is to actually put a plan in place and do something about it, or to actually change your perspective. That's just with everything. This could be something that you don't have no control over right now. So instead of you being depressed about it and miserable about it, and this is energy of the past, this is you not being able to let go of the past. Now, you do rule the past. So, you may be looking at something like, damn, had I had got, this and that back when this happened, I ought to be all right now. Like, you can't think like that. You got to change your perspective. You got to focus on what's going on right now, because other than that, you're going to stay trapped in those feelings and you're not going to be able to move forward. And that's the last thing you want, because you're trying to get up out of the situation. But if you always wondering about the fucked up shit that happened, in opposed to, yo, it did happen. Yeah, that's true. And it didn't go in my favor. Yeah, that's true. But let me just, figure out what I need to do moving forward, instead of being stuck on, damn, that shit didn't work out. Why it didn't work out? Like, we do that sometimes. Ruminating is what I'm getting here. You don't want to ruminate. What's this idea energy about? Yeah, see, you're unhappy. It's like you keep thinking about why you're unhappy or what made you unhappy, you know? With this idea energy, what is this card saying? I can't even see what that say at the bottom. But this could be, what you're seeing online. Like, the ideas you're seeing online could be depressing you. For some of you, you could be looking at stuff online, or maybe the job market. Maybe you're looking online and you're trying to figure out something, and maybe you're not seeing anything, that you're interested in, or anything that you may qualify for. That could be the case too. Let's get some more clarity on this energy here of feeling stuck. Some of you may feel stuck at the job you're at. Yeah, here's the Ace of Swords energy in reverse. So that's just, not looking at things from a clear perspective. uh this is also about not really dealing with the facts. It's like you're not dealing with the facts, you're not dealing with the reality of the situation, and it could be because you're caught up in your emotions. So you definitely want to implement some air here, all right, and some earth. So you want to come out of your head, come out of your emotions, and you want to get practical and realistic about the situation. Other than that, it's going to continue to mess with you. I don't know, somebody's drinking, because they're not happy, or they're indulging in whatever because of their unhappiness here. Maybe because of their financial situation, or the fact that they don't have what they want to have, or they're not at the job that they would want, or there could be issues at the job also. All right, but let's get clarity on this Eight of Pentacle energy here, because that talks about work. Change, maybe the universe is telling you you should change your perspective about how you see this job. Yeah, here's the Six of Swords, and maybe you should consider moving on. This is what I'm talking about. Some of you are not happy where you are, but you feel trapped and stuck. You're not stuck. You just have to look at things from a different perspective. So some of you could be stuck at a job because, oh, okay, well, it make good money, but the shit is garbage. The way I'm being treated is garbage. The politics are garbage. My coworkers are, everything else is garbage. But the only reason is because I'm stuck on this income. Well, it might be good money, and then it might be difficult for you to find another job where you're making that type of money. Sometimes you got to make a lateral move instead of, looking at it like, oh, I'm stuck here because I ain't going to find nothing else. You could find something else, but you might have to get, like, for example, you could work a part-time gig and it make you decent money. And you're like, damn, this money is good, but this place is stressing me the hell out. I can't find anything. I'm looking online. I'm looking online to try to find something. I can't find what I need as far as what I'm making and things like that. Sometimes you might have to just take two part-time jobs, or you may have to just get a full-time job and a part-time job while you're looking for something else. But don't stay stuck miserable at a spot just because of the money or just because you feel stuck and you can't go anywhere. This is where the universe is telling you you got to change your mindset and you got to move on. This is someplace you're not meant to be, right? You're just not meant to be here. This is a six, it's not a nine. See, because this is how the card is in reverse. So the card is upright, the word uno. So this is a six, meaning that it's time for you to move away from these thoughts, move away from this mindset, and start looking at things from a logical perspective and come out of your emotions when this comes to this career, money, and finance. All right. So that's what I got for you, Cancer. So let me do this. Let me move on to your family life, love life, and social life. If we're gonna pull some more cards, so if any of the cards we pull moving forward relate to any of these scenarios, we'll rehash. So with your family life, love life, and social life, we have the egg energy. That is the challenge with the egg energy is feeling inadequate or I can't even talk, y'all. An inadequacy. All right. A possible solution to resolve that inadequate feeling would be to tap into the Leo energy. This is all about the lover. Oh, I dropped the card, y'all. Hold on. All right, tap into that Leo energy. So this is all about creative expression, only in the way that you can do it. So let's get some clarity on this because this is all about your man. I'm sorry, your man. It could be about your man, okay? Because this is about your family life, your love life, and your social life. So some of you may be walking on eggshells because you may be feeling like you not okay. I get if this is a love situation, somebody may be walking on eggshells because maybe y'all was intimate and maybe things didn't go the way you wanted it to go. You know how when you're first connecting with someone intimately, and it ain't that sometimes okay, how about this? You're connecting with someone intimately, you're very nervous about it because you want to perform well, you want it to be good, right? You want this person to be your lover. So some of you could be walking around on eggshells because you could have a crush on someone or someone could have a crush on you. But they're afraid that they're not going to be able to live up to your expectations. You know, I'm also getting the energy of, you know, how I've heard this before, and sometimes it makes sense. Um, like you may have a crush on somebody, right? And you may have a strong attraction to them, and you think about, damn, I wonder how it would be if I was in the bed with this person, what it would be like. And then you get that build up about it, and y'all end up getting in the bed, and then it's just like it's whack, right? And it's like, damn, the imagination was better than the actual connection, the intimate connection. So sometimes we be building ourselves up in our head, and then when we get in the bed, it's just like it's not gonna compare. So it could be that, and somebody's nervous, okay, because they just want to be able to handle business in the bed. I'm also getting erectile dysfunction here. Somebody also may, be a quick shooter. Okay, certain type of thing here. Tell me more about this eggshell. Yeah, look at this. Okay, and then the good news energy came out right after it. Now I don't know what that's about, yo. Now I don't know if this is about a person who is already in a relationship, right? And they're trying to connect with someone else, um but they feel like maybe this person won't want them because they're in a connection, or this person, I don't know, there's some good news here in reference to this. So this news could be about encouragement, a miracle, it could be a surprise. I don't know, maybe somebody is like, yo, let's go ahead and do that threesome, you know let's go ahead and get it going. um Maybe that's the case. What also could be going on is there could be people who may be wanting to connect with one another, but there has to be a middleman to help it to make it happen, right? That could be the case here. Somebody feels like, well, maybe this person won't want to reconnect with me. It could be about family. Maybe you got into a spat with a family member, and it could be someone who's trying to break the ice between you two. All right, that could be what this is too. All right, but let's see what this inadequacy could be about here. Tell me about this inadequacy for Cancer. I don't want these cards. Tell me about inadequate. Why can't I say the damn word, yo? because you don't even want to believe that that's the case. Somebody may feel this way about you, like they inadequate to be with you. Yeah, look. Inadequacy and tornado. So you know a tornado is quick. It come through and boom, it tear everything up. So somebody feels like they may not be. This is the environment. I don't know, maybe somebody already had the sexual encounter and it just didn't work out the way they wanted because it was the environment. It wasn't comfortable, especially when you're doing it for the first time. You want to feel comfortable. I feel like this is about a threesome. I really do. I feel like for some of y'all, that's what this is. It's like y'all are connecting with someone who is open to that. And maybe you're trying to introduce somebody into the connection, and maybe you did already and the shit just didn't work out. Tell me about this tornado for my Cancerian massive. So the tornado, the tornado talking about quick. Yeah, exactly, quick. So somebody might feel like, yo, I might get these two in the bedroom and then I can't fuck around, or I'm already with somebody and I have an interest in someone else. This person turns me on, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to perform. I'm getting also, like I said, erectile dysfunction here. So somebody could be already in a relationship. They may have an attraction to someone else. Maybe they not doing nothing with their partner because they not interested in their partner. They can't get it up for their partner, or they can't get excited for their partner. But they meet someone and they have an attraction to this person, and they're wondering, yo, I can't even get it up for my partner. What if I can't get it up for this person? Like, I'm getting that type of energy. Somebody's worried about their performance. All right. But let's see what this is about. Let's see what the resolution could be here with the lover energy. It's all about being creative in the bedroom. So maybe somebody is a little okay, I'm getting a situation where, like this. Okay. There could be somebody who has a small part, a body part, right? A small phallus. And this person could be intimidated and scared to have a connection with someone because they're like, yo, what if I can't perform for this person? Well, with this Leo energy, this is telling you to get creative, baby. So, just because you have a small phallic don't mean you can't get the job done. You just have to be open to things. This is all about changing your perspective on things, thinking things through, and taking things to the next level. So, for example, maybe you introduce toys into the environment. You may not have what it takes physically, but maybe you could go get you a strap on and handle business. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you got to think outside the box, is what I'm getting here. Do something creative, right? um let's see. Yeah, here's the 9 of diamonds. um so this is somebody who is celibate, is what I'm getting here. Somebody who may not have had sex in a while. Okay. And so maybe they're feeling like, yo, as soon as I hop into bed with this person, it's just gonna be a mess. You know, for a woman who hasn't had sex in a while, maybe she just, is feeling really awkward and uncomfortable and just it's just a mess. Type of thing is what I'm getting here. Um, if this is about family, right? This is about somebody getting some type of communication about, hey, I want to reach out to such and such, but I don't know if they're gonna want to talk to me or not. Or friends, I don't know if they're gonna want to talk or not. So this is a middleman coming in trying to see if they can move the ball forward with getting you two to communicate, getting you two to talk. So this could be the energy of it over here too. um People reconnecting in some way, shape, or form, but somebody is afraid that it's not going to work out, right? So a possible solution is to just be you. Be you. Um, and with the 9 of Pentacles, this is like, do what you got to do on your by yourself. Don't, somebody is like, it's like somebody does their dirt all by their lonely type of thing. Is what I'm getting with that. Let me see what else is coming out with this tornado. Actually, you know what? I wanted to see what was going on with this threesome first. The third wheel. Yeah, the Four of Swords. See, somebody's trying to do something discreetly, okay, quietly. So it could be that these two, you see how they're sitting here, right? No matter what the situation is, that these are family or friends, the person in the middle don't know that the other two are, trying to implement something in. It could be that somebody's trying to do a threesome, but it could just be that, yo, let's just work around this person. I know you in a relationship with this person, or I know you cool with this person. I know this person is both of our relative, but I don't fuck with them. So I don't want to talk to this person. So, and if you try to bring this person into the situation, it's going to be problems because I don't talk to them. I don't fuck with them. Um, so I'm getting that type of energy. Like this is somebody who is comfortable with who they are. This is somebody who likes being single, likes being independent. Um, they're happy by themselves. Okay, they don't want to participate in someone's threesome or some shit like that. But I feel like somebody wants to sleep with someone with the Four of Swords, and I feel like they want to do something on the low. They want to do it discreetly. They want to get freaky discreetly behind closed doors. I'm hearing that song by Horace Grant. It's a 90s joint by Horace Grant. It's called Taste Your Love. And this is this man just telling this woman how he wants to go down on her. But I just heard that. All right, but let's get to this here. Let's talk about this inadequacy in this tornado. This is somebody who will shoot up the club too quickly. Right? So maybe that already happened. Or somebody's afraid that they're gonna do that. Yeah, here's the Knight of the Knight of Cups energy in reverse. Yeah, this is somebody who's afraid that they not gonna be the lover. You see the picture here? Look at the picture. It's like this dude is embarrassed because he can't do the job. She going to be with somebody else. Like, dude, I done already uh dealt with you, and you're not doing nothing for me. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna mess with old boy. And he's upset because he know, for example, he got a small, but he can't. But they both could have small, right? But the one that's got the red on, he know how to light that fire. That's why he got red on. See, she's hot. You see how she's got red on? There's symbolism in here. She got red on because she hot. The one in the white, he don't, he ain't doing nothing for her. He ain't turning her on. He ain't making her, nothing. But this other dude here in the red, he got the power. That's why she over there with him. Okay. And so this other dude is just sitting here like, ooh, right? He don't got what it take. So she going after the dude that, got it going on. This is somebody who's very unique, somebody who's exotic, somebody who walks to the beat of their own drum. Like this is what turns this person on. They're not happy with the person they with. The person they with is boring, bland. This is why they want to hook up with this other person discreetly. And they're wanting to ask about it. They want to connect with this person, but they're very afraid that they won't get the news that they want. This is what I'm getting for some of y'all. All right, but let's get some more on this Nine of Pentacle energy here. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands energy in reverse. Somebody is afraid to get with someone because they don't want to be looked at like a slut. They don't want to be looked at like a hoe. They don't want a bad reputation. So this could be a woman who got a man. Okay, she could be married, but her husband ain't doing it for her. He is not doing for her at all. She may have run into somebody like this person here, this Leo. Leo is a very magnetic energy. This is somebody who just they got their own swagger. You know what I'm saying? And this is somebody who has their own money. They do their own thing. They live their own life. They don't answer to nobody. They unapologetic. They're very attractive. They have sex appeal. Okay, and with the Six of Wand energy in reverse, this is somebody who could, hit them and quit it. You know what I mean? This is somebody who could, tell everybody that they had you and that type of thing. Like this is something I'm getting here. Like somebody's afraid of being talked about because they can't perform. They're afraid of that. Okay. If this is a family energy, this is somebody who is they've separated themselves from the family. They do their own thing. And maybe they're looked at as the black sheep. They could be looked at as somebody who um got mad and walked away because maybe they weren't getting the attention that they wanted, or something like that. Okay. Let's get some clarity here. I'm just also getting, if this is a third party situation here, someone was trying to keep something on the low, trying to keep something secret, walking around on eggshells. They could be trying to, I just feel like somebody's not being honest also. They're trying to come after someone who's doing their own thing, happy, single, trying to make this person look bad. Like, okay, there's somebody here who, I don't know. I just guess that somebody's trying to play somebody, trying to make somebody look bad because this person is just very unique and they do their own thing. They're single and they're happy. That Nine of Pentacles and that Leo energy, like I said, that's somebody who's very attractive, someone who's single, somebody who could do whatever they want, whenever they want, you know. And this is looked down upon with the Six of Wand energy in reverse. It's like people look down upon this person, you know, and it's like it's just weird. I don't know what this weird ass energy is about. All right, so we have the self-centered. Okay, so there's somebody who, like I said, they could be looking at you as if you're self-centered, or this person as if they're self-centered. Like this person thinks they're all that. That's the Leo energy with the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Wand energy in reverse. Um, so maybe somebody gets turned down. You know, maybe somebody's in a relationship and they try to talk to someone outside their relationship. Person's like, please. And so maybe this person is, you know, embarrassed because they're self-centered. Or somebody could be feeling this way about you. Yeah, they're being very evasive. They're not telling you what they really want and how they really want things at all. Yeah, pain. Pain is coming up here. So there's an energy of somebody being embarrassed, being hurt, not getting their way with this anger energy. Somebody's mad that they can't reconnect with someone. Okay. They're being evasive because there's a lack of communication here with the third house and mercurial energy. All right. Somebody's in their head. They're thinking these things. Somebody could be thinking, do I want a commitment with this person, or I'm already in a commitment with this person? You know, if I reconnect with this person, my other person's going to be angry. You know, somebody's like, look, I gotta respect my vows, something like that, or I gotta respect my relationship, something like that. But there's definitely third party, heavy third party energy here, or somebody thinking about another person. Okay, wait, the timing is not quite right. So you may find something out, but you got to hold your horses. Don't jump into anything. All right. There's somebody who's obsessed with you, or you're obsessed with this person, is what I'm getting here. Especially with that Nine of Cup energy in reverse. It could be somebody they work with. Yeah, here's chemistry. Okay, like I said, there's something strong and sexual here. Very strong. Especially with that. Maybe that anger is, you know, sexual frustration. That could be what that is too. I was getting that briefly, but I have more cards now to confirm that. But let's see what else is going on here. So somebody could be mad because they can't get what they want. Like they got one person, but they want somebody else. But they don't want the other person for anything serious, it don't seem. Or maybe they do. For some of you, maybe you're thinking about what it would be to leave the person you're with to go be with this person, what it would be like, because you feel that strongness with this person. Now, in reference to the job, you know, somebody could be feeling hopeless about where they are and what's going on here, or they could be feeling hopeless about this relationship as well. Yeah, cutting ties. So somebody decides they may want to move on from a workplace or move on from a relationship or a connection. Somebody could be mad because somebody cut ties. And then we have burned, yeah, cutting ties and burned bridges. So something is definitely over. So that could be why somebody is depressed, grieving, upset, angry. Okay. Could be wanting to try to get, like I said, if this is family, somebody is cut ties and burned bridges and they don't deal with this person anymore or these people anymore. They're independent. They're doing their own thing. They may feel like the situation is hopeless to entertain. It's just not going to work. They may have tried. Yeah. See, there's somebody here who's purposely trying to sabotage someone. So somebody's trying to get somebody in the bed and make them look bad. Okay. Or trying to, you know, have their cake and eat it too. Just trying to make someone look bad because this person is different. This person is attractive. They're single. I'm picking that up very strongly. Somebody don't like that. They don't like that this person is gorgeous, attractive, and they're not sleeping around with everybody. Like they look at this person as, oh, if I was you, I would see people project on the other people. It's like you attractive and you single, you probably out here hoeing. And it's like, no, that's just how you think. You want to be me because you would be a hoe. Like there's a lot of guys who, if you ask them, yo, if you was a woman for 24 hours, what would you do? Most of them will be like, oh, well, I fuck all my friends. I've heard guys say that. I fuck all my friends. Or I would fuck for the whole 24 hours and I would do, something sexual. And it's like, this is why, it's like, yo, people are projecting what they would do if they were in your shoes. A lot of times when people talk shit to you, it's not that you're even moving that way. It's just that this is what they would do if they were you. You understand what I'm saying? So they want to make you look because you're single, especially if you're a woman, you're single, you're doing your thing, you're not interested in a relationship in particular, or maybe you haven't met anybody that makes you want to be in a relationship. A lot of people will look at you like you must be out here hoeing. That's why you don't want to be in a relationship. Where like, no, that's just what you would do. All right, or that's what you do. Ain't got nothing to do with me, right? So yeah, crush. So somebody could be crushing on somebody. This is what I'm talking about here. See, I know something is sexual here. Somebody is in a relationship and crushing on somebody else. Yeah, see what I tell you about the reunion card. I told you that with the 3 of Cups. Somebody is trying to get back with someone, or somebody is hoping they can get back with someone, but there's another person here. There's somebody else in the background. I don't know if somebody's trying to get back with somebody so they could get revenge, because somebody might have cut someone off, and it's like, then maybe for whatever reason, y'all spun the block, but this person now is trying to make someone look bad, or someone's trying to make another person look bad. It could be either way. It could be that somebody's in a relationship and maybe there was an interest with someone, or they had a intimate relationship with someone outside their connection. They split up and then got back together. The goal would be, for some of you, it would be, okay, this person may want to, if you're married or you're in a relationship and maybe you had sex with this person and you cut them off, like, yo, okay, yeah, I have fun, but I'm married, I'm in a relationship, I'm not trying to be, you know tagged up in this situation, right? And you let this person go. Now this person may come back around, or you may go back around to this person and they take you back, all so they could try to embarrass you or humiliate you. Or it could be vice versa. It could be two people who are in a relationship and the one person stepped out to go be with someone else, and the person they wanted to be with cut them off after they got what they wanted. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, so y'all end up spinning the block, and the person who's in the relationship is going to try to make this person look bad. Like, yeah, you fuck with people, man, or you fuck with people, girl, but yeah, you wasn't saying that when you was all up in my face and you knew you had a girl or you knew you had a dude. You just trying to make me look bad because I'm single, I'm attractive. So you're trying to project onto me like I'm just out here hoeing. That type of thing. One or the other, yo. But let's get this deck too. And we're gonna wrap it up, Cancer. We're gonna wrap it up. Speaking of which, y'all should wrap it up. Somebody want out of a relationship. This is what I'm telling you. Somebody wants out. Somebody wants to be free. They want to be single. They want to be by themselves. They want to have fun. Somebody been married or in a relationship for a long time and they ready to be single and want to mingle. There's an energy of being compassionate. Okay, somebody may be going through some things right now and they just need a compassionate energy. And then we have excited. Yeah, I told you, somebody is excited. It's a sexual excitement here. It definitely is. Then there's an energy of vulnerability, someone being sexually vulnerable, or just being vulnerable to someone who is doing something that's taboo. With that 6 of Wands energy in reverse, I'm getting a taboo energy. Yeah, and then there's an energy of being grateful. Someone being grateful of what they got. I feel like somebody is not being grateful for what they got. They being self-centered, right? Um, and trying to sabotage someone. All right, that saboteur energy is coming back up again for me. All right, so be careful of the people you meet. All right, you may have some people who are still dealing with people from their past, still dealing with their child mother or their child father, and ain't telling you the truth. And here you are thinking you meeting someone and you're connecting with them, and all this time they're just simply playing you, right? Trying to make you look bad, talking bad about you, when you looking at them like, yo, I thought we was trying to build something. Nah, they just trying to get something from you. That's all. They just bored of their relationship and they need a minute. You know what I mean? They're gonna go right back to where they was at. So just be careful who you give your time, energy, and attention to, because some people, whoever this is, they don't deserve this shit. I tell you that. They don't deserve you. All right. But that's what I got for you, Cancer. So I wish you all the best. I hope that you got something out of this. And I'll see you in the next reading. Deuces.